Hello everyone, welcome to Golden Heart Tarot. My name is Ren. I hope you all are safe and happy. Today we are asking, what are their thoughts and feelings for you then versus now? As usual, we have three groups. Group 1 is the Ten of Swords and the Witch's Tarot. Group 2 is Temperance and the Rider-Waite. And Group 3 is the Four of Wands and the Wizard's Tarot. I'll be doing one big shuffle at the beginning, but if you want to jump straight into your reading, those timestamps are in the description box. I'll see you at your group. Hello, Group 1. If you chose the Ten of Swords and the Witch's Tarot, this will be your reading. We're asking, what are their thoughts and feelings for you then versus now? Let me get your cards laid out, and then we'll get into your reading. We have the Six of Pentacles on the back of the deck. We have 76, Kairos. 43, the Castle. 7, the Poet. The Sun, Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Chariot, Six of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Empress. All right, group one, so the thoughts and feelings for you at the beginning. You made a very strong impression on this person. Their overall impression was the Chariot. I'm getting that you came across as very confident, in control of yourself. Like whatever situation where you guys met, you seemed to be comfortable in that. You came across as successful, and I'm just getting like very assertive. You seem to know what you were doing, whether that's true or not. It's interesting. I think you hit this person like a rogue wave. Like you came in, you knocked them over, and then you left. That's kind of what I'm getting. You really grabbed this person's attention. It seemed like divine timing, or that there was some sort of synchronicity around it. It's almost like they had a manifestation, someone that they were thinking of, and then you just showed up. It caught this person off guard. They thought you were successful. There's a lot of success cards here. We came across as very sunny, very positive, vibrant. They thought you were a hard worker. It's overall in control, strong and stable. But there's also an underlying thought here that maybe you weren't everything that you seemed, or that there was more to you than they first thought. Because for as positive and successful as you came across, they picked up that you may not have realized it. Like you didn't recognize your worth. That you didn't find that as something unique or special. And that the control that you were showing was something that you were just kind of gripping on a little too hard. Like you were just holding it together. I get that they thought that you may have been in some sort of transition, and that things weren't as stable as they seemed. But this person thought very, very highly of you. You had a lot of their attention, and they spent a lot of their energy and time thinking about you and trying to figure you out. You made a very big impression on this person. I mean, if you have a manifestation actually show up, you're kind of shocked, right? Especially when it's in a person. But I'm getting that you left before anything could really solidify. Deep down, they knew who you were, but it's like on the surface, they were blind. In their feelings, they really felt that you were the one. They really held on to that. And I don't think that they really have felt this way about anybody before. This is a type of energy that like writes sonnets and songs and that sort of thing. They really were getting in their feels about you. But I also get that they felt that you wouldn't leave, like you would be there. But then you weren't there anymore. I get that they felt a sense of safety with you, and then abandonment. There's some control dynamics here. Them thinking of you one way, but you not being exactly that. You not exactly fitting into that box that they made for you. All right, so let's go through the process of how their thoughts and feelings have changed over time. So we have the Fool, Karma, which is judgment, the Queen of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. Some of the first things that changed as far as their thoughts and feelings for you are that it wasn't about control at all. In fact, it was about letting go of control. When it came down to the things that you said and your actions, it's like you were following your intuition for the first time ever. Like you were getting guidance from a higher power or the universe, or just listening to yourself for the first time ever and just doing what you wanted to do. It was about allowing things to happen and just following that. And all of that holding on to control that they were picking up, they realized that that was just because it's freaking scary. Following that guidance, that intuition, although There's nothing to prove that it's going to turn out in any way that you expect. I think one of the first things that they realized was that although they manifested you, it wasn't all about them, at least not in the way they expected at first. But the idea that you were brought into their life for a reason, and that this is a special type of connection, has only solidified over time. The other thing that they began to realize pretty quickly was that the kindness, love, and affection that you showed to them was only a fraction of what you are capable of. They thought it was everything when they first met you. Like, they had no idea. No idea. Like, they can't even understand the depths of the amount of love that you have inside of you. They have never met anyone like you. Like, they knew you were special, but still they had no clue. Like, you just love people just to love them. Like, you don't want anything in return. And that is crazy to this person. They've never met anyone that didn't want something in return. I mean, it would come across as love bombing if you wanted something in return, but the thing is that you don't. You're just a genuinely loving person. You're like, you could use some love. Here's some love for you. Here's some love for you. Here's some love for you. Oh, that person over there looks like they could use some love. And then you let them go. Like, the whole point is just to raise the vibration, to spread love. That's it. That's it. You're willing to love everyone. It doesn't matter who they are or what they've done or what they look like or what they have. But the thing is that love is probably the strongest emotion. And because of that, there is a lot of fear, a lot of wanting to control it or hide from it, place expectations on it. So people can really take it the wrong way. And that's what happened with this person. They thought it was for them and only them, and that it wasn't going away, that there were expectations here. But then you gave that gift to them and then you kind of left. And they didn't know what to do after that. Let's see what next changes they had in their thoughts and feelings for you. Okay, we have Mother. The Gem. And the Pilgrim. So 1, 56, and 20. I'm hearing you are the one. And I'm getting that as special as you came across when this person first met you. Like, they had no idea just how lucky they were to have met you. Like, how amazing of a person you actually are. As attractive as you are, it is nothing compared to what is inside of you. And it's not as if you haven't had traumas or issues around the idea of love. But all of those things that you have gone through only solidified that idea of love inside of you. And even if you did have issues with self-love, you've been able to love yourself through that. This person realizes you are a very special person, that you operate in an entirely different way than to anyone they have ever met. All right, well, let's get the rest of this picture here. The High Priest, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. You know, before they had an inner knowing that you were special, and then they saw how you were special, and now they absolutely 100% know that you are different, because you are following an inner calling. You are a spiritual leader in some sense, even if it is just by example. With Judgment and Temperance and the Hierophant, there's no question. You work in a different realm than pretty much all of the people they have ever met. Like, you don't consider certain things as important as most people do. But there are things that you find important that maybe they don't have a very good grasp on. This person is also very conflicted. There's a lot of tension here because They have a gut feeling that they have lost something precious. You know, there's a difference between the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. The Six of Swords is taking your baggage with you wherever you're going next. And maybe they consider themselves part of that baggage. But the Eight of Cups is completely leaving it behind. So I think there is a fear here that by thinking that you were going to stay and not realizing who you were when you first interacted, they may have really messed up. Your worth is not a question here. They know that you are worth taking a chance on. They also know now that they don't have to see things exactly in the same way as you do. You don't have to agree on absolutely everything to make things work or to grow and build something together. Because the one thing that has not changed this whole time, we have back of deck, Six of Pentacles, that you are a gift and they want to share with you. They want to have something with you, something concrete. They are meant to be a part of your life and you are meant to be a part of theirs. You are meant to share in this life together, in whatever form that takes. So those are their thoughts and feelings, Group 1. I hope you found the messages useful. That is all I have for you. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 2. If you chose Temperance and the Rider-Waite, this will be a reading. We're asking, what are their thoughts and feelings for you then versus now? Let me get your cards laid out, and then we'll get into your reading. We have the Queen of Pentacles on the back of the deck. 57, the Ring. 6, the Mentor. 71, Eros. 5 of Wands. The High Priestess. 6 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. 5 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And the 4 of Wands. All right, Group 2. So back then, overall, they viewed you as a Queen of Swords. Very intelligent, maybe a little icy, to the point, kind of a hard ass. Very, very good at communication. Like being able to communicate what you want and what you don't want. Like she's looking at that 5 of Swords guy like, I see you, mofo. Mostly they felt like they could not hide from you in any way. Like no matter what they did, you wouldn't be distracted. You would be able to see exactly what was going on. I'm also getting that you knew things about them that there was no way that you should have been able to know them. Because you were very intuitive. But to them, you were very intimidating and you freaked them out. This person's energy is kind of funny. Like they're a comedian. I find it really cute. We do have a divine pair on the board with the High Priestess and the Hierophant, so you may mirror each other a lot, share the same energy. They found you very impressive. You are slippery. Not in a bad way. It's just that back then, in their thoughts, like any time that there was a situation that was like a conflict or fighting or someone was trying to trap you in something, it's like you knew before it happened, or you knew exactly what to say, or you knew exactly what to do in order to end up on top. Or like you just always came out looking spotless. You know, even if people tried to set you up in things, you were always golden. And this happened on multiple occasions that this person saw. Hell, they may have tried to do some of this stuff to you. I'm not getting that it was malicious in any way, but that they wanted a reaction from you. But you were always so unbothered. Like they may have tried to make you jealous by doing something silly, you know, and it didn't bother you. You know, they didn't get the reaction that they wanted from you. But I'm also getting because you wouldn't react, it would leave chaos in your wake. So I think you may have been blamed for some stuff, but it's really just these people's chaos that they started to try to trap you in, and it just kind of blew up in their faces. I'm getting that you did react sometimes with the Queen of Swords, and it got this person so excited when you did. Like in a physical way. I'm getting that this person thought you were on a different level. Like they could learn from you. But it's like you would be giving guidance from another realm, and you would use that guidance along with your intelligence, your intuition, to bring that down into the 3D. Whether that be through avoiding chaos, causing chaos, a truth bomb, or handing someone's ass to them. Like you were always able to be in front of anything that came your way and really like mess some people up in a good way for their highest good. I'm not going to lie, this person really got a kick out of watching you maneuver. Now, this doesn't take into account how you were feeling about any of this, right? But you came across as so capable, and like you were having fun handing everyone's asses to them. Like no one could touch you. So this person didn't think that there was anything else going on, like that you may have been upset in any way. All right? That doesn't necessarily mean that that is the truth. Because I am seeing a couple of cards here to indicate that they may have sensed something else going on in the background, but it is very much in the background. I'm getting that this person was so busy being impressed and excited by you that they didn't think about you. You know what I mean? Because what I see is that you may have been trying to fit in with a group that was not meant for you. Like a group of people that didn't have as much experience as you and that couldn't relate to you in any way. Not in any way that would have been really beneficial to you, except in maybe conflict resolution. Okay? Like this is a group of people that are very 3D, they are petty, jealous, and I'm getting that you are a very spiritual person with a higher calling. And it's not that you are on a higher level than these people, it's just you are on a different level than these people. Like not even in the same book, not on the same planet, not really in the same universe. Okay? So whatever you were trying to offer to these people, they couldn't appreciate it because they couldn't understand it. And they can't be blamed for not being able to understand it. And it wasn't bad on your part to try to enlighten them or share your energy with them. It just may have been a bit naive. I'm getting that this person is also a bit spiritual in some way. Like, not as much as you, and they may not even consider themselves to be spiritual in any way, but they do have qualities of it because they were able to recognize those qualities in you. But this person is intelligent enough to recognize that you were slumming it. I shouldn't put things that way, excuse me. I don't actually think in this way, but this person does. So I'm just the messenger. Don't hurt me. Anyway, with the ring, I keep getting boxing ring. So I think you won a few rounds with this person. I'm getting that they felt that you could make things better. Like we have movement from the 5 of Wands to 6 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles to 4 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles to 5 of Swords, indecision to decision. It's like you have what it takes to make everything right, but you can make things worse too. Like it's just your raw power. They felt that you were very powerful, and they didn't really consider you to be always good or always bad, just powerful. And really, I keep getting drawn back to the Queen of Swords, looking at that 5 of Swords guy. Like, she's just like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, no, look at the guy in the big penis hat behind you. And she's like, no, what are you doing? You're like, you wanted my attention, and now you have it. And he just runs off crying. So I enjoy this past energy from this person, but let's see how their thoughts and feelings have changed over time. Knight of Pentacles Ace of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Two of Swords. So some of the first things that changed for them as far as their thoughts and feelings for you was that you were not there for entertainment. And they knew this deep down at the beginning, but this became very conscious to them, that you were receiving advice and guidance from a higher power and following that advice and guidance. It wasn't that you were intentionally trying to do stuff. Like, you didn't say things or do things or act in a certain way in order to show off or to prove a point or anything like that. You were just following the guidance you were being given. So I think it comes down to their views of your intention. It's almost like they changed from thinking, oh, you're just here to impress me or entertain me, into, why are you here? Why are you saying the things you're saying? Why are you doing the things you're doing? They began to realize that you may have been naive going in, but your guides were not. It's almost like you were sent in to clean up a toxic cesspool or something. And you were very protected in this space, which is why you always ended up knowing beforehand what was going on. You always knew when to leave, when to stay, what to say, how to say it. You were just following your intuition. You may never have even realized what was going on at the time. This person didn't either. But they do now, and you probably do as well. For them, this also answered the question of how you knew some of the things that you knew about them. But that opens up a whole nother can of worms, doesn't it? You showed them a whole new way of thinking. All right, let's keep going here. We have 55, Vision, 2, Father, and 10, Warrior. Okay, so you know how we were just speaking about how you have opened this person's eyes to a whole new way of looking at things, especially spiritually. Well, that has just been confirmed. Now they view you as a spiritual warrior. They view you as someone that was brought into their life for a reason, that they met you for a reason. It has something to do with destiny or a higher purpose. You are a catalyst for this person's spiritual growth as well as its foundation. Let me get the rest of the cards out so we can see the full picture here now. Chariot, the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles, and then we have Temperance in the center. Their thoughts and feelings for you now are that you offer so much more now that they understand you better and where you're coming from. The things that you work on have meaning. They view you as an angel overall, someone that is balancing out things. They think that your calling has something to do with your work, but maybe you're not exactly where you should be quite yet. They do feel connected to you, and they're beginning to listen to their own guidance, and they're being drawn towards you, but at the same time, like, how do you approach an angel? You are on a bit of a pedestal, and it's almost like they feel that they need to be more stable for you. You know, the Queen of Cups is facing towards the Father card, and then there's the angel, and then there's a Knight of Wands back here just chasing after her. It's almost like they feel that you're being protected from them because they aren't ready or something, and that you're looking for more stability than they can offer you. That's how they feel. With the Queen of Pentacles on the back of the deck, this is the one thing that has not changed the entire time they've known you. They have always thought and felt that you were the real deal, that you were very special to them. They might not have realized why or in what capacity, but you've always stood out to them. You are nurturing and strong, responsible and intelligent. You are not someone to mess around with. So if they're going to be chasing you down, they know they have to show you more than just a penis hat, okay? All right, well, thank you so very much for joining me, Group 2. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3. If you chose the Four of Wands in the Wizard's Tarot, this will be a reading. We're asking, what are their thoughts and feelings for you then versus now? Let me get your cards laid out, and then we'll get into your reading. We had the Page of Pentacles on the back of the deck. 32, the Cave. 13, the Crone. 50, the Bardo. King of Swords. 3 of Wands. 3 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. King of Cups. Page of Swords. Judgment. 8 of Wands. And the World. So what were their thoughts and feelings for you back then? Well, they thought you were a super effing spiritual magic hermit witch. Oh, this is going to be a good reading. Thank you, Spirit, for that wonderful message. There's an energy throughout this whole video. Judgment has shown up in every group. I was talking to a friend and told them that I felt a shift, and this is like 3 weeks ago. Like something changed in the energy. And there's been a spiritual element to every group in this video. And I think it's just a collective energy. So you may be getting new downloads or feeling different or finding new gifts, or maybe you're having memories, or you're being triggered a little bit easier, or you may be really tired or having some kind of symptoms, that sort of thing. So if you are, it's going around the collective right now. So, and it's definitely shown up in my video today. Overall, they viewed you as the King of Cups. So someone that is compassionate, someone that is emotionally balanced, someone that has a lot of feelings but maybe doesn't show them. Also a bit secretive and very, very patient. They recognized an inner strength in you, but they still thought that you were a magic hermit witch and that you isolate yourself on purpose because you want to go play with your coven. Okay. They thought about your hands and also your eyes. I think they still do. There's something there, especially about your hands. They've definitely thought about holding you. But you see that raven in the crone card? Like, that raven is not letting go of that pentacle. Like, there's something that you wouldn't let go. I'm getting a dog with a bone. Or a raven with a pentacle, whichever. Back then, they thought you were quick to make decisions about what to care about and what not to care about. And also that you would get ready to take action on something, and then you just wouldn't do it. Basically, they thought you were a tease. And just like with the raven with the pentacle, I think they believed it came down to trust. Like you just didn't trust them enough to be able to handle it, and you just wouldn't let go of something. But it's like you acted like you would and made preparations to do so, and then you just didn't follow through. Being a pentacle, I imagine it had something to do with your stability. They did think of you as the main character. Like if you were in a group of people, you were the standout. There is something interesting about how they view your craft. Like you can't dismiss the cave, the crone, and the bardo right in a row. Like, it's not necessarily Glinda the Good Witch, okay? But it doesn't mean that your craft is in any way harmful or bad, okay? But the thing is that they view it as, like, normal. Which is interesting. Because there's a lot of power behind those cards. But the rest of the tarot shows that it's not really a big deal. So I don't know whether they practice witchcraft as well. It's possible. Or they grew up around it. But they are not intimidated by it. I will say that. At least they weren't back then. We'll see if it's changed at all here in a minute. As far as their feelings for you back then, I'm getting that this person is really not good with emotions or feelings. I'm getting that they wanted to work with you. Like they were ready to take action on something with you. And there are a lot of 3s. Maybe there were one too many peas in the pea pod, you know? And this is just something that they could not abide. Abide? All right, Spirit, calm down. I'm getting that they felt defensive towards you. And it's because you made them feel. I get that they felt like you would just end up hurting them. And their feelings felt out of control, like their feelings were not completely theirs. And that's why I'm getting that they are really not good with emotions. They really haven't had anyone trigger them the way you did, especially when it comes to how they feel about things or feel about someone else. So let's see how their thoughts and feelings began to change here. We have the Queen of Swords. So we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. All right. We have the Four of Swords, the Tower, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords and the Crone are very connected energies. It's a very mature energy, and it's definitely not about good or bad. It's very accepting, even of those things that society may shun. I'm kind of getting that the first things that changed as far as their thoughts go are that you outsmarted them. You did a switcheroo. You shocked them with your intelligence, which is quite rude of them, actually, to think that. You're not just a crazy hermit witch. You're a crazy, intelligent hermit witch. You see, they first thought that you were a King of Swords type, so you show all of your intelligence outwardly. It's about power. But the Queen of Swords can be more subtle. I think they thought that maybe they left you out in the cold, but then realized that no, you were the one that left them out in the cold. It's like they thought they were the prize and that you were losing them, when in fact, you were the prize the entire time and they were losing you. This was a shock to this person when they realized this. They also think that now you are not acting in the same way as you used to. Maybe you are working on something new. And you're taking a break from maybe focusing on them, but taking a break from the things that you used to do. I will say that their feelings have become more clear as you've been separated from them. They've been able to reflect. And something really crazy happened. They went from being uninterested to being very uncontrollably interested in you and not really understanding why. Their feelings have changed towards you. It is possible that they have always been interested in you, but they have been so disconnected emotionally that they didn't even recognize what that feeling was. One of the first things they began to realize was that you unlocked them in some way, and I would say it was emotionally. Let's see how else their thoughts and feelings have changed for you. We have 5, the Orphan, 31, the Heart, and 22, the Creator. Well, I would say that's a big change, but it really isn't. It's just the perspective. Because we went from the Cave to the Heart, and those two cards are linked. And also from the Crone, the mother figure, and then Orphan, the child. And then we go from Bardo in the liminal to the Creator space, which is working from that same space. You know how I was saying that the Crone accepts even the things that the rest of society shuns? Well, the Orphan card is the recognition of that. They recognize that deep love, that deep acceptance that you have for everyone. The Cave is where you go to find your true self, to find self-love and self-acceptance. And that cave is located inside the heart space. So this is a recognition that the cave wasn't about isolation. It was about finding self-love. And the Bardo is that in-between space that you find forgiveness and the truth in. But the Creator takes that space and breaks down any preconceived notions, any expectations, and creates something that you wouldn't even believe is possible. It does something with it. Their perception of you has changed so drastically. It's like you have not changed. Their perception of you has. They were seeing everything in a very 2D kind of way. And there was a little bit of creepiness on the side, you know? Something happened. a tower moment happened. And they seriously, like, the positivity that they view you in now is just crazy. It's just crazy. I want to get the rest of the cards out before I start saying anything more about it. We have the High Priestess, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So yeah, this person went from being like, yeah, they stand out and they're cool, whatever, to I'm completely in love with this person. Did you cast a spell on them? Group 3. I'm just kidding. You made their cold, dead heart start pumping again, and it is beating for you. Like, they see you as home now. Success, happiness. I mean, we have 1111. Your divine counterpart. It's like you really caused a heart chakra activation in this person. I think they were completely detached before. Their thoughts are so wonderful about you. Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Talk about loving. You're a hubby or a wifey. That's how they feel about you right now. Yeah, if you were questioning if they know who you are to them, they do. They very much do. And it was shocking to them. It's like they were blinded to who you were, and now they understand. Like, they see you clearly now. Just like with the other groups, I'm getting that you were guided. And that this whole thing and how it played out and all of that happened for a reason. Just like their tower moment and their change of perspective and their heart chakra activation and all of that happened for a reason. It's almost like it had to play out this way. Their thoughts are that you needed this time also to create who you wanted to be. That this isn't something that you could have done with them. As far as their thoughts and feelings for you that have not changed this entire time, we have back of deck, Page of Pentacles. I'm taking this as their genuine interest in you. They have always been interested in you. You have always stood out to them, whether they recognize their feelings or not. So, just between you and me, your spell worked. Thank you so very much for joining me, Group 3. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.